Hey yo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the Minnesota United career, where we are finally going to be starting season number 2 in this series. And I do apologize that it's taken a little bit longer to get this video out than normal. I've just been super busy lately, and unfortunately that's probably not going to be changing for like the next 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, the videos are going to be sporadic at best, maybe, when I can get them out. I mean, it's just going to be absolutely bonkers for me right now. So I do apologize for that. I'll do my best to get these videos out. I love playing this series right now. I want to keep playing as often as possible. Just hasn't really worked out that way. So without further ado, let's actually get in here and get back into the series and start season number 2. So let's go ahead and get things started with the contract situation. And I'm not talking about these players that are about to expire. I'm pretty sure I'm going to let all of them expire. I'm not going to re-sign anyone, including Coleman, who I was on the fence about, but I decided to let that one go as well. What I am talking about are these players right here that are going to be on 1 year remaining on their contract starting next season, or this coming season. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. First, we have Figueira. Not going to re-sign him. I don't need him, don't want him, and he's unhappy anyway, so he will probably, if I can sell him, I will. Otherwise, I'll just let his contract go. Nicholson absolutely will be getting a new contract. Venegas, I'm going to wait and see. I'm not sure if I want to keep him or not. Let me know what your thoughts are on Venegas. I'm not sure if I want him or not. Kevin Molino absolutely will be getting a new contract. That's actually a big contract to get as well. We'll see if he becomes a designated player or not. McGowan, I'm on the fence about. I like the versatility, can play right back and played great at center back last season, but I think I'm going to let Velasco continue to grow into that right back role. I'm not sure what use I'm going to have for McGowan, so I'm not sure about him as well. I'm going to wait on him. Shuttleworth, I'm not going to renew. If I can sell him, I will. I have plenty of goalkeepers coming out of the youth academy. I just don't need Shuttleworth at this point. And the big one, the last one here, is Christian Ramirez. This is the one we were talking about at the end of last episode. Do we keep him or do we try to replace him with a big designated player? Almost everybody was in favor of going out and getting a new striker. So in this transfer window, I will see what I can do. If I'm able to get a new striker in, that probably means that we're going to sell Christian Ramirez or maybe include him as part of a deal for a new striker. I don't know, but in the MLS, you don't keep 2 big strikers like this on your roster. You can't afford to do it. So if we are able to get a new striker, Christian Ramirez will be on the way out. If we can't, I'll probably have to re-sign him. I won't have a choice at that point. So we'll have to see what happens in this transfer window before we continue on with Christian Ramirez. So let's go ahead and negotiate with Kevin Molino. Again, I don't show you all of these negotiations, but this is a potential designated player. So I'm going to show you this whole negotiation process. Kevin Molino wants crucial first team. Perfectly fine with me. He's definitely a crucial first team player on this team for sure. He wants 3 years. I'm good with 3 years. That'll take him up till he's 30 years old. Fine with me. What else does he want? No release clause. That's fine. He only wants 10.5K in wages. Really? So after much debate and a little bit of research, decided to make Kevin Molino a designated player. I'm going to offer him at least the designated player salary that we've settled on at $12,000. The way he played last year, he absolutely, in my eyes, deserves to be a designated player, and I'm happy making him one. So I'm going to submit that offer, and let's see what he says. He wants what? Okay, so I thought they were, I said it's not quite what my client was looking for. I thought they rejected the deal, but they did accept it. And Kevin Molino is our second designated player. I know that kind of handicaps us a little bit, but it's fair. I don't think we should have 3 designated players in this team plus Kevin Molino. That would be a bit overpowered. Kevin Molino deserves that designated player role. I'm sorry, that might not make some of you happy, but it is fair. So I went ahead and re-signed Nicholson as well for $7,800 per week in wages, which is less than what I actually offered him. I offered him 9K, and they came back at 7 with a little bit higher of a bonus. So I guess that works. That works for me. And they requested a $13.4 million release clause. I was happy to give him that. There's no way anyone's going to pay that. If they do, they can have him because he's definitely not worth $13 million. So that's also in there as well. It's a slight worry. I mean, someone could buy him out from underneath us, but I just don't think no one's going to pay that price. So Nicholson has been re-signed as well. So now we have our list of strikers that I was looking at, and it is an ambitious list. I will be honest. You can see the top 2 names on here are bigger name players, Andy Carroll and Daniel Sturridge. And both of these players kind of have had their injury problems, but I thought, you know what, maybe take them out of the Prem, very, very physical league, and put them in the MLS, which is physical too, but it's definitely not the Prem. But I thought, you know what, this even if they were to leave the Premier League and go to the MLS at this point, they wouldn't go to Minnesota. They would go to a bigger team, maybe an NYCFC, an LA Galaxy, somewhere over there, you know, high-profile team. Minnesota is not that. Yes, we did well last season in our inaugural season. We made the playoffs, and we did okay. But we're not going to attract the likes of Daniel Sturridge or really Andy Carroll, which it's unfortunate because I would really, really love to, especially Andy Carroll. I think he would dominate in the MLS, especially in our system. Essentially, he's just a better version of Christian Ramirez. But I don't think that's realistic for us. Nor is Diafra Sacco. Obviously not the high profile of Andy Carroll and Daniel Sturridge, but still a Premier League striker. He's not going to come to the MLS. And then I had Duvan Zapata on here as well, but you know what? He's at Napoli. I could sign him right now and just pay his wages. He'd be here next month when the transfer window opens, but that's also an unrealistic signing. He's playing at a big club at Napoli. Well, technically he was on loan at Sampdoria, but he's going back to Napoli. I'm sure he'll sign a new contract there. So that really leaves us with this man, Aron Johansson. This was a recommendation from one of you guys, and then a lot of people jumped on board with the idea of bringing Aron Johansson home and playing in the MLS. And you know what? I like that idea as well. He's a guy that has gone through some injury problems, fallen out of favor at Werder Bremen. He's looking for a new start. As well, he's catching hell right now on social media because you can see he's American. He picked the United States over Iceland to play for internationally because, and I quote, he would stand a better chance of making a World Cup with the United States. And as many of you know, the United States did not make the next World Cup, and Iceland did. So yeah, he's catching a lot of shit on Twitter right now. So you know what? Let's bring Aron Johansson home. Aron Johansson is the striker I'm going to go for when the transfer window opens. So just before the calendar turns over to January and the transfer window opens, we have another scouting report back from Pierre Taylor up in Canada, and he found us a grand total of nothing. Here's like 9 players on this list. None of them even have 80 potential, so I won't be taking any of these players. The last one he brought us, every player had 90 plus potential, or very, very close to it. Now, none of them. Like, what the heck? What a swing and a miss. What happened? All right, so as we start this season, first day of the transfer window, we're going to try to buy Aron Johansson. Straight up. First thing we're going to do. So, oh, man, see if we... I have to try this, man. I have to at least put him in there. So, it's going to have to be Christian Ramirez. I don't want to do it, but I think we have to. Do they want to do it? They're looking to bring in a center back. Huh. Okay. So we're just going to take that out. Current value is 5.5 million. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Let's go for 5. Let's go for 5 and see what they say. So we're not going to do Christian Ramirez there. Okay, so 5 million. That's pretty easy. That was painless. I wish they had just taken Christian Ramirez straight up. That would have saved us money, but no, that's fine. So $5 million for Aron Johansson, which is about a third of our transfer budget. It's not that bad at all. So let's go ahead and let's work out some wages for Mr. Johansson here. Aron Johansson, could you be designated player number 3? Let's get you in here. Crucial first team player, 100%. And of course they're going to accept that one. No doubt about it. And let's go for, he's 27. Yeah, let's go for a 3-year contract. All right. That's good. No release clause. That's perfectly fine with me. And he wants $33,000 per week in wages, $540,000 signing bonus, and after 25 goals, he wants a $2 million bonus. If he bangs 25 goals, I would be freaking stunned. So I will go ahead and accept that one as well. I don't think he's going to get 25 goals. I'll do my best to get it, but there ain't no damn way. So that's it. Aaron Johansson is the third and final designated player on this team. He could end up costing quite a bit if he hits 25 goals, but again, I just don't think that will happen. But I'm happy. Johansson's in, and now we have to figure out what we're going to do with Christian Ramirez. So we are sticking with the roster limit rule this season of no more than 30 players in the active roster that are not from the youth academy. So essentially we have 5 open roster spots, and I want to use one of them on Jordan Allen from RSL. He's on an expiring contract. His release clause is only $810,000. He can play left wing, center attacking mid, and center mid. He can play all over the place. I've seen him play a couple of times in real life. I like the activity. He's an active player, very versatile, which is key in the MLS. I like he can play everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and pay that release clause. And I'm going to go ahead and try to negotiate a contract with him and bring him in. I think we need a little bit more depth in that midfield. So I've almost agreed to a contract with Jordan Allen. Small problem is I don't know what his current wages are. So based on how EA does MLS contracts, I'm gonna guess he's making about $2,000 or $3,000 per week. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say $3,000. I'll go for $3,000. Signing bonus of, I don't know, 50,000. That sounds about right to me. Let's see what they say about that. I just need something to gauge this off of. Okay, apparently they're happy with that. I might have overpaid a little bit, but Jordan Allen is now joining Minnesota. So here is the young Jordan Allen, 62 rated, which is about what I expected, but he does have pretty good potential, I would expect. Sprint speed, physicals look all pretty decent. I like that about him. Technicals, not great, but those can be trained. That's not a big problem. 3-star, of course. I mean, it's an MLS player. What would you expect? Again, can play all over the pitch. Medium work rates. 5'11". I like this kid. I really, really do. I think he could be a decent player in this team if he gets a little bit of training in. All right, so we have some offers in for our players now, and the first one is for Joma for $1 million for DC United. DC United wants to pay $1 million for Joma. Okay, I didn't look at the price before I got in here. That's a mad amount, but honestly, I still think Joma has some potential to him. I don't really have another left back right now other than Jovan Jones, unless I want to swing Calvo back out there, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm actually going to keep Joma. I'm not going to sell him. I don't really have anything to spend $1 million on anyway. I think player-wise, we're pretty good right now, so I'm not going to actually sell Joma. The other one is for Venegas from Colorado. This is a player I was on the fence about, remember. He's on an expiring contract, but as we found out last season, Molino has a bit of an injury problem at times, and I don't have another center attacking mid to back up Molino other than Jordan Allen, who we just bought, but is only 62 rated. So at this point, Venegas is still the best option we have in there behind Molino, so I'm going to keep Venegas for this season as well. I'm not going to sell either one of these players. We have yet another offer in, and this is a rather big one. It's $8.8 million for Kevin Molino. I did just make him the captain of the team, and I made him a designated player, but we could get a lot of money. We could probably get more than the $8 million that there are, 8.8 that they're offering. Couple that with the money we have left over already in the transfer budget and whatever we get for Christian Ramirez, we could get a huge designated player in. However, he's kind of the player I'm building this entire team around. I mean, he's on the damn thumbnail, for crying out loud. I can't really sell him, and I don't want to sell him. I want Kevin Molino to stay in this team. So unless he comes to me and says that he wants to move on, I'm not going to sell him for any price. So as we're moving through this transfer window, we've hit a bit of a snag. There's a small problem, and we'll get to that in a second, but we do have a loan offer in for Colin Martin. That is a player that I want to loan out. I mean, he's 58 rated. I don't think he has very much potential. This might boost it up a little bit, but I don't know if it will or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and loan him to Stevenage for 1 season. And now for the problem. Sporting Kansas City has paid the release clause for Dunlawdy of $1.2 million. Yet. That puts a wrinkle in our plans. I really like Dunlawdy. I wanted him to stay in this team. Looks like that's not going to happen now. These damn release clauses, that's not even one that I set up. That was already on him when I got here. That is a problem. We may not be letting Christian Ramirez go now. That is actually a significant problem. All right, so Dunlawdy's gone. Sporting bought him, and that sucks. I was going to go for Rubio Rubin to replace him. I really, really wanted to bring Rubio Rubin in. He's currently playing in Norway right now for whatever that team is. I can't even begin to try to pronounce that. But unfortunately, I guess he just arrived there, and they won't let me get him. So yeah, can't get Rubio Rubin. I also thought about Julian Green. Apparently though, he's still on loan at Greuther Fürth, apparently for the rest of eternity. I don't know what's going on with him, so I can't get Julian Green either. So we move on. Oh my God, not that. We move on to Brandon Vasquez. He's playing in Atlanta. I know he's a good young prospect from the United States. He's played for the United States under 17s, I think. I also know that he has Mexican eligibility, so we'll see what happens with him in the future. But for now, hopefully, he's going to be joining us. And just like that, very, very easy, Brandon Vasquez is added to the team. I didn't know he was 65 rated. That's pretty decent. He's got decent strength, 76 strength with 76 sprint speed. That's pretty good for a big dude. I think he's 6'2", 6'3". Wow, 3-star, as you do in the MLS. High-low work rates. I think can he also play out? He can play it right mid as well. You know what? That's exactly what Dunladi was. Dunladi had a little bit more pace to him, which I liked. But you know what? That's a pretty decent player, and I'm pretty sure he has more potential than Dunladi does. I'll take it. That's a pretty decent pickup for only $800,000. Heck yeah, we'll take that. All right, so we're into the final of the preseason tournament here, and I've simulated the entire thing so far. We've done very, very well. We've only drawn one game the entire time, and actually it was against Querétaro. We drew 0-0. So, yeah, the rest of the games we won pretty easily, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and play this final. That way we can kind of gauge how this new look is, how these new players are fitting into this team, and then we can also end the episode with a little bit of time remaining in the transfer window in case you guys want to suggest any other upgrades that we should go after. So there is the team. That is our first choice starting 11 heading into the start of the season. Let's see how this goes. All right, here we go. Kickoff in the final of this preseason tournament. And I hate to bring up bad memories, but if you remember, we are 0 for our last 7 games. Calvo. Half block there, and that's going to be... Oh my dear sweet... The hell was that? Where's he go? I have no control over Cohen James. He's gone rogue. I don't know what... He came out for that. I didn't tell him to, and then he picked the ball up and then kicked it out. I didn't tell him to do that shit either. What is Cohen James doing back there? There you go. Nice block. Cronin just doing what Cronin does. Molino turns that inside, sort of loses the ball. What a shot. What a save by Yan Zhonglun. Who the hell is that dude? He's playing in Mexico. Is he lost? How many Asian players actually play in Mexico? There can't be more than that guy. All right, we have a corner here. We're going to give it to Nicholson. Dribbles it in. Nicely done. Nicholson finding it. There he is. Aaron Johansson scores. Nicely done. I'm not sure who that was. Someone on our team fell on the ground and kind of distracted the team. It was a very, very bizarre play. I think it was Harks, I think, that fell on the ground in there. I don't know. Weird, very, very weird. But Aaron Johansson gets on the board with a goal. Clinical finisher. Very, very nice. 1-0 early in the second half. Could this be it? Could we break the streak right here? Could we finally win a game? Beautiful play, and Jovan Jones is on the overlap. Oh, Jovan, what a move! How do you buy that dude? I'm not even really sure. Plays it in there. He's got Johansson! Oh, Johansson hits the post. Oh, I'm really, really liking Jovan Jones up that left side. He's really, really good. Molino looking for Johansson. Johansson gets a turn. This freaking Asian Spider-Man. What the heck is this guy, man? How is he that good? Who is he? Here we go. Ball forward. We have Nicholson. We have a counterattack. Nicholson's bringing it forward. Nicholson, he's just going to kind of dribble all the way in. And damn Spider-Man again. Good read from Velasco. Beautiful job, Velasco. Oh, my God. Trejo read that so well. I thought we were out of trouble there. Courtney Ford, good job. Courtney Ford's had a really, really good game. All right, we're spreading this out wide for Velasco, who's bringing it forward. I probably shouldn't be pulling my defenders up that high when I'm 1-0 up right now, but we're doing it, so, you know, that's happening. Oh, Nicholson, what a play. Get that ball in. Christian Ramirez. Freaking Spider-Man. How does this dude block everything? That should have been a goal for Christian Ramirez right there. Here we go. Molino playing it for Ramirez. Ramirez scores. Nice play from Christian Ramirez. I can't believe he actually finished that. And finally, Spider-Man missed the ball. Good Lord, the first goal he could do nothing about. He was just, Johansson was too close and just slotted it home. But that one was actually a little bit further out. Christian Ramirez puts it away, you know. I don't know. I think we actually need to keep Christian Ramirez. Johansson's stamina is awful. He has like 60 stamina, or it's just not good enough. He's not even going to be able to play a full 90 minutes, I don't think. I think Ramirez coming off the bench might not be the worst idea. Oh, nice move from Ramirez. Oh, gets by. It's going to be Molino instead. Oh, it's going to fall. Oh, Finley, you got to pay attention, bro. You should have been on that. Finley turns, crosses it back in. Venegas hits it right at the Asian Spider-Man. I really got to stop calling him that. I'm not going to face him ever again. Who cares? That's the end of the game. I have no idea what that dude's name is, but he's freaking amazing. I should get him for my goalkeeper. Good Lord. But we do finally break the streak. A 2-0 win over Querétaro. Both of my strikers picking up goals in that one. Johansson and Ramirez. Not half bad. Yeah, my team is shaking that dude's hand. That dude is amazing. He's the only reason we didn't win that game like 5-0. We absolutely hammered Querétaro in that game. Wow. All right, well, a trophy early in the season. Yeah, I'll take it. It doesn't really mean anything, but okay. And I skipped it. Okay, sorry. We win. That's the best. That's the one thing that's important is we won a game. All right, well, that went fairly well, I would say. And for that tournament, by the way, we gave up a grand total of 0 goals. Kept a clean sheet for the entire tournament. Not half bad. I would say that defense is going to be all right this season. So defensively, we're good. And I am going to go ahead and re-sign Ramirez, I think. I think we're going to keep him in the team. Like I said, Johansson's stamina is awful. So it's not like Ramirez is just going to be sitting there on the bench as a reserve. He will get on the field a lot, most likely every single game. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to keep Ramirez in the team. As far as the rest of the team goes, I don't think we need any other players unless you guys can think of another player that I should bring in. We have players coming out of the youth academy. They're going to be in the wide midfield spots and the center mid spots. Plenty of players in those positions. So even though we might look a little bit thin right now on the bench, there are players coming up the pipeline. So I don't want to clog it up by adding more players in right now. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. We're set for season number 2, which will get underway next episode. So that is it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you when we come back when we start the regular season in season 2. See you.